We are bringing modular ships to eFrontier. You'll have the ability to design, build, and adapt your vessel in whatever way best suits you. We are seeking to put the tools of creative, expressive shipbuilding in your hands.
A few moments later.
Hello, everybody.
Why are you laughing? This is a
Welcome back
matter.
to another exciting episode of Frontier Friday. I'm your host, FC Jötunn, and I'm joined by my colleagues, my friends, my enterprising modularists. FC Bowman.
We are here to talk about modularity.
Our development director, game director, FC Goodfella, and our game designer, FC Paragon.
Yeah, upgrade today. No overload.
No overload. Yeah, we did upgrade. We have.
It was an intro.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's true. We can't hide from him.
Exactly.
Shout out to who the fuck put that together, by the way.
That was brilliant.
Somebody pinged me with that.
Was,
I probably don't need to have my own voice. Adonis. It was Adonis in.
yeah.
I don't know if Adonis knows that we just used that video. So
Shout out
to Adonis.
Yeah.
And shout out to FC Convict, by the way, sitting over here in the gamer chair.
Yep.
The man.
Horns.
Yeah, hit the. Yep. I'm sure you guys can hear that.
He's doing thumbs up, so
Yeah,
that's
good.
the worst.
He put that together in the very last second. It was like disarming a bomb, but it was incredible.
It was good.
It's nice to see the community just do the marketing trailers for us.
I was going to say they do all the work for us. This is easy.
Ship it.
I don't know why people think
yikes.
game development is not hard. Just get players to do it.
Speaking of yikes, by the way, this is his 1 year anniversary with the company.
Is it really?
Yes.
Like today?
Yep.
Holy shit.
So.
Shout out to FC Yikes, the homie. Did you ping the Discord? I guess I didn't. Shoot, I knew I was forgetting something.
Yeah.
I'm pinging the Discord.
All right.
Let's
We're
see
watching
here.
you live. Ping the Discord.
Everyone, at everyone.
Yeah.
Going live -5 minutes ago on FC TV. Shout out to Raw for reminding me to do this. Then I'm going to put the link, HTTPS. This is, you guys are getting as close as you can get to like the development cycle. This is what it looks like. The only thing I cannot stand.
What's that?
So should we run it back?
No, we're good. We're doing it.
Exactly. I agree with Vector.
/FC. Yeah. Okay. We got it. We're good. I pinged.
No, if they missed it, they missed it, right?
The previous URL for the Twitch channel was just like CCP.
Yeah.
And now it's Fenris Creations, all one word. It's a lot of
typing.
words.
Also
More
the
A
typing.
lot of typing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So
We're here.
why are we here?
Modularity.
Modularity.
Yeah.
I know at this desk we have a very excited game director, a very excited development director, and a very, very nervous game designer. So this is going to be a fun one for everybody.
The development director is nervous as well.
No.
That's
Not at all.
He did come in here and he said, I have no idea how this is going to go. He didn't say it quite like that, but he had the vibe. No, this is going to be great. So listen, what we're going to do today, what we're trying to accomplish today, just so you know, so you, the audience, know, is we're going to give you guys a look at, we're going to talk about modularity, what it is. We're going to talk about what we're going to do to get there, obviously what took a little bit to get there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about what it's actually going to look like on the 25th. Because we've shown some things off in that clip just a few minutes ago where we had the very beginning of all the pieces of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to quite look like that straight out the gate, which is to say, not even remotely like that straight out the gate. We have obviously some cool components to it that are coming, but I think we can all be in an agreement here that this is very much a stress test of the system.
So the first step is
Yes.
like the story of Frontier.
Yeah.
Is story of learning, failing, getting better with the founders.
Yep.
And I genuinely mean that. Modularity is an open heart surgery to Frontier. And instead of doing it half-assed, supporting two systems at once, spending resources on that, we are going full on Leroy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should call it the Leroy update CCPX.
Shout out
Change
to FC Armageddon, who operatively points out that stress is the key word here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny too because just a moment ago I was talking to FC Bowman when we first walked in here about because we have feature lock coming up here very soon.
Yes.
And we'll have code lock not too long after that.
Yes.
But the one thing that is not being feature or code locked throughout this is modularity.
Modularity goes until we release.
Because we are going to be running that bad boy up until the moment it goes out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And just to, I will speak about it also in the end. We fundamentally believe modularity is the future of Frontier, and it's super cool. You saw the reactions also at FanFest. We can yap about that all day. However, it is a drastic change to Frontier.
In the back end, not just the front, but the way the whole system is structured.
We have engineers sweating bullets right now.
Yeah.
And never has it been truer than in June when we need the founders to understand what they're about to go through, understand modularity, where it is in June and where it is going in the future.
sure.
Because we need so much feedback, we need so much breaking, and we will move fast after it's done. But this is the first version that we're delivering.
Cool. And if it sounds like we're managing expectations, chat, that's because we are.
Yeah.
That's what this stream is, among other things. So, okay, FC Paragon.
Yeah. Please do break, by the way.
Greetings.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
The watt stress meter says low.
That's good. This is good progress. Okay, so let's talk before we go any further, and because we do have a slide deck, we're going to talk about some stuff on the slides. Before we go any further, let's talk about just very big picture. Why are we doing modularity as opposed to the system? So EVE Online has a fitting system that has been in use for 23 years, more or less unchanged that entire time. Though they have obviously added some things in throughout that process, but now it feels like a pretty huge shift. Why modularity?
So, compare it to EVE Online.
Yeah.
EVE Online is very much a fantasy game.
Mhm.
We create these ships where they tell a story in the ships themselves. This is done through the narrative, the numbers, the look, the factions, and everything. But eFrontier is fundamentally like a building game.
Yeah.
So we just never felt we've been experimenting with stuff, and we just never quite were able to figure out kind of like how do we design these fantasies.
Sure.
So we started to consider the alternative, which is that we just don't. We just make everything in the game, ship, structures, whatever, big station, bases, connected structures, whatever you have it, built by players.
Sure.
So we will go into this with no expectations of like this is good or this is bad.
Yeah.
It's all up to the players to figure out what is good and what's bad. So that's kind of the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will add the three pillars of our game.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Is a cruel, disgusting, nasty survival experience.
I don't remember that one being exactly like that on the slide. But yeah, go ahead.
We want people to suffer, grow through pain.
Okay.
It's dark, it's hostile. Through the suffering, you will grow as a player. It's a nasty place out there, the Frontier.
It is nasty.
Number two is grounded in science. We fundamentally believe the more we are inspired and build the game on science, the more intuitive the game is for you as a player, because you can rely on your experience as a human being on planet Earth. And also it just will make for a more immersive experience. So not only the science, but also the lore, etc. It is as grounded in as possible.
Sick.
Okay, sorry. I have a monologue here.
No, please go ahead.
And the third one is what Paragon was a bit talking about as well, is like rebuilding a broken world. The players are building the game with us. Modularity fits the second and third pillar extremely well.
Yep.
So anything we do, we try to make sure, does it make sense with the pillars? This is a no-brainer.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously this is, you talk about this being a building game and how, we are much more now, as opposed to trying to tell stories with design in like pre-built design, we're now saying here are components, here are, the individual recovered like implements from something that, a story that, if you had made this game 13,000 years ago, in game, not in our world, we didn't have computers back then. I don't know if you knew that. 13,000 years ago, you might have had a game like EVE Online, where there are empires and there are, major factions, and these things all do exist. They all have their unique styles, but that time has passed, and we're now at a point in the history of the frontier where those things are no longer relevant, and all that are left are the pieces of those things.
Exactly.
And so what we're saying is, here are the pieces.
Yeah, you go out there and you start to discover these pieces.
Yeah.
And you need to go like, all right, how does this all fit together, for me, for us? And
it's one of the reasons we were building a deep history
Mm-hmm.
is to make that consistency available to the players so they can tell their own story in that space. We'll be parallel telling stories as well. So all the same tools are available to us, and we're going to be using them.
Do you suspect, and this is maybe putting the cart before the horse a little bit here, do you suspect that we will see some of that visual culture emerge in player groups? Or do you expect that it's just going to be like a random mishmash across everybody? Do you think that individual factions, like do you suspect, you as a designer, do you look at say, well, I think this group over here might have ships that look kind of like this? Or do you think that it's going to be kind of region based? Like if the certain kinds of drops are more relevant to put it in EVE Online terms, you have regions of space where there are Blood Raiders, right? You have regions of space where there are Greases, and regions of space where there are Sanche's Nation and all those. Now we're saying, well, instead of individual NPCs in these regions, now you're just going to have the components for those things kind of scattered around there. And so you might have an area where people are collecting more Greases things, or having more people collecting more Blood Raiders things and using those components to build their ships. Do you see it being something like that, or do you think it's just going to be more open-ended than that?
So the way we're approaching this is we're trying to design for a few different building styles and tying them to the pre-existing factions that are known to the players.
Yep.
And then we express that through the the gameplay systems we tie to this. And we want the possible good combinations to be high enough where you can't just really like min-max things. You really just need to like believe that building in this way is the correct way.
Sure.
And then doing it in a different way, it's more like a belief system with fallbacks as opposed to you've just been able to calculate it.
Yeah.
Which is what can happen in games like this.
I'm with you so far. I mean, that's pretty good. Okay.
And to add to that, the modules or the modular components in the future, as Paragon saying, are built on things from different factions.
Right.
These are
They're not random.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
They are factions. They have specific way of creating spaceships. This is built on that.
Yep.
Already, because of our extreme beginning, there's been some really good questions already in chat. So I think we need to find a way to kind of, because we, like I said, we want the founders on the journey with us to internalize all of this. It's been question, for example, I've seen on the raver, or however you want to pronounce it, and the skin for that.
The jaw of
our
Like I actually saw some assets for the raver just yesterday, and like no worries guys, like we're still making it, and it's just gonna be you now have cooler exclusive parts that you can use.
Exactly.
And you can adjust the appearance.
Yeah.
And like we're still like nothing's really changed with regards to that.
No.
Yeah, you don't worry. Hey, your rewards are still good. Like they're still good. I promise.
Yep.
We have not forgotten about you, baby birds. We will feed you.
Yeah, but keep the questions coming. We necessarily won't be able to address it all because we are going through things, but we can do it on Discord also later.
Yeah.
The guy who earlier was asking about Ansiblexes, don't worry, we've got it taken care of. We solved the Ansiblex problem. Just got rid of them. Which is to say, anyway.
We removed them.
We did remove them.
Yeah,
we did actually remove them. We're kind of based for that, if you think about it.
Can we talk about balance for a second?
We can actually. Let's talk about balance for a second.
So just in many games, designers work really, really hard to try to create perfectly balanced systems against all the potential possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
We're creating a system where there will be optimal builds for moments until other players respond to those builds.
Sure.
And so you get more of a rock, paper, scissors that continually churns.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be temporary imbalances until players respond, and then it will reach a new equilibrium, and then it'll adjust again and again and again.
Yeah.
And we're continuing to feed in new modules as well as the ability to adjust the strengths and weaknesses of those modules.
Yeah. And there will be failures and learnings on it. There will be something that is OP or whatever in the beginning as we're learning to tweak this new system, and that's why we need the founders to give us feedback.
Somebody in there says, if you want to create good content, remove Siddles and modernize pause gameplay. I got some news for you there too, bud.
Mhm.
What you were about to say?
But like we want to try to change things as little as possible.
Sure.
To respond to these kind of seasonal cyclical pressures that do balance changes.
Yeah.
So part of the ideas there is exploring whether we can just build it into the system. So these equilibrium moments are just fluctuating.
Sure.
Instead of us having to go in there and make like a surgical change. So I don't want to say too much on that, but
Yeah, that's fine. So, I mean, in just to be very clear here, what we're talking about today is very much just scraping the surface of what we're going to be getting into. I think we're all kind of in agreement that this is a constantly developing or constantly evolving system, and things are changing.
It's designed so that we can extend it continually. I mean, the previous system was an inherited system that we were using in order to test a lot of experiences.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Coco Crew doesn't fucking lose it. We are going to show the slides. How many modules will Cycle 6 have in the whole to use? Do we have a number yet?
we have a
Current number.
we have a current number.
Okay, and that number may go up or down.
Let's get those working first, and then add to it.
To answer them on, we will have we'll put X amount of modules into the release.
X amount. That's pretty good.
And then we are planning a way to add components to the ecosystem as efficiently as possible after the release.
Right.
So what you see on first day is what you get on the first day, but not for the entirety of the cycle.
Correct.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We are finding a way to add, like now that there's a system in place, okay, we need to have then a plan on efficiently being able to add new stuff to that, so over time it grows.
Okay.
And we're not trying to avoid the number, by the way. So right now we've got one. Right now, literally in the build, there's one module that we can turn on and off, and it functions, and it's our test case for all of this.
So
And
we have one for sure. You heard it, chat. One for sure. Okay.
But the system itself now works. It's been proven.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, let's talk about the a whole
module.
FC Goodfella graded deflection.
Yes.
That's what he's paid for, baby. That's
Exactly.
why he makes the big bucks. All right. Anyway, he actually makes the big bucks. He's very charming. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the PowerPoint. Wow, look here. This is an important. I spent a lot of time on this slide. Listen, this slide deck was put. Okay, so FC Bowman says, "Hey, you mind put the slide deck together?" And I'm looking at it like I need to leave in 10 minutes. So this is not art. Okay, we're just gonna make it work. Yep. So let's talk. We talked a little bit at FanFest about what a seed is. Because we talked about seeds, okay?
Seeds and roots, we should discuss.
Seeds and roots. So let's talk about this one here.
Okay.
So what is the core of your ship?
So the core of the ship is you.
Yeah.
The shell inhabited by the player character.
Okay.
And you are located inside, well, in this case, inside this pod, which is a command module. It lets you, dock into a ship, and you basically go into this central piece, which we call the root piece. And now, technically, like you could, if given the capability, fly this around.
This
or
chunk
this
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
like,
if you had fuel and propulsion,
if it had the necessary components to work, you could just like this is a ship.
Yes.
Or it's a small base or
gotcha.
whatever. Small.
It is
small
a place
building.
where your body is protected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, these things together and the components on the blockchain which contain all the latent properties of who owns it and who made it, etc., is basically the seed that we discussed.
Sure.
Like it is the start of this creation that
Gotcha.
you're making.
It is what everything else builds off of.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So
So it really is a root in this case.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's the root of the directory that is your ship.
So a root that contains several modules. The its exact configuration depends upon the root.
Yeah. So the let's go ahead to the next slide here. So we can kind of see now how this core would fit into a ship people are already familiar with. I mean, this is a wind. It's listed here as a kayak. That's just it was an old term for it, but take my word for it. This is what this is. So you have your core now here in the middle, and now you've got components clipping into different parts of the core. That correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So, I mean, obviously there are attachment points to this core. Now, what you don't see here, and actually you do kind of see here because you have, if you look at the bottom of it where it says kayak back, make your screen real big, zoom in, get your squints on, whatever. You have the kayak back, and then you have another attachment point to the back of that, which is all itself attached to the ship. So you're not just talking about attaching things to the core itself. You're talking about attaching things to those things that are then attached to it. That all sound tracking so good?
Yeah, you're basically connecting two hull parts together to
Right.
extend it.
So then we have another example here. This is the reaver, also listed as Jav. Again, just take my word for it, but more or less the same thing. You can kind of see how this works. We have the core. Now we have a joint extension. What's a joint extension?
So we are building an interface for you to build stuff, right? If you imagine a brick building system with studs on top of it,
Sure.
that's just like an interface.
Legally distinct brick building system.
In this case, I'm talking about Lego.
No. We certainly aren't talking about that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work quite like that. But like we are building a building system.
Yes.
Right? So the gameplay is you are assembling stuff, and there are rules on how you can put things together.
Sure.
And you need to connect the parts in some way. So we have these physical pieces which extend the hull and attach these plates and lets you connect modules to the exterior of the hull.
Sure.
This one's called joint.
Yep.
But there are many different connections.
Gotcha.
So
There was a slide that I took out of this because FC Maximum Cats thought it was perhaps not appropriate for this setting. Not yet. But it had a bunch of the different. You had the cores in one group, and then you had the body pieces of the ship in another group, and then you had the like individual add-on components in another column. So you will have certainly pieces of the ship that are body components, and pieces of the ship that are like functional pieces.
So the structural elements of it. So there's what you'll get in June, and then there's where we're headed in the future. And so what happens in June is you're starting off with a given with the root with the ability to attach and turn on modules.
Okay.
That's where we're going to be in June. The next step of this that we're going to be rolling out as it becomes available. Right, we're not holding it back for any specific interval. Once it works and it's working the way we want it to be working, we will release it. And that's the ability to plan out that structural silhouette, the hull that you're actually flying within. And then there's a layer where you can incorporate modules inside of that in order to determine the functionality of the ship.
Sure.
I love this.
Yeah.
Just making a note because I will forget and I don't want to be on my phone. We should visualize what you are saying so we can show the
there is
community.
one.
We've got some
I
examples.
think the next one maybe is
like
shout out to Synapse who asked where can I connect my Catgirl cloning pod. Don't worry, we're working on that too.
There was also a question earlier, which is interesting, and like somebody was asking for us to turn it into a mobile app so I could do it on my way to work.
Yeah,
we are not going to do that.
Time.
We are not going to do it.
Yeah.
You will do it because we're exposing as much as possible on chain information, etc. This is for the players to solve. We are creating a world.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one here. We have this is we talked about body points. We talked about components. Here we have what is effectively a core in the center, then a bunch of different pieces that you could connect to that core. I mean, obviously, some of these components are going to look familiar. Some of these components are parts of ships that already exist. You have the wings out there from the Lie right now. You have the pieces there from the Reaver. You have some components there, I believe, from the. I think it might just be those two. But this is sort of the vibe, right? Where you are now. it all very looks. I think a lot of what we put out so far has looked very.
What we're looking at is probably the smallest scale as well.
Yeah.
Like this is the simplest stuff we're gonna let you make.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind too.
That was what I was about to say. This all feels very like one-dimensional. Like it's all very flat plane. It's all very wings on the side.
It's easier to show for that right
Yeah.
now. So,
Right.
This is gonna scale to be really, really big. So
Hell yeah. Let's go to then. Obviously, this is just more of the same. We're talking about more components. We're talking about more additional pieces that you can stick onto the side of things. How it might look. I mean, obviously, this is stuff that is rendered in client currently.
Yeah.
This is in Graphite, which is our tool. It's a tool we use to build components, obviously, for the game.
This is Jötunn for scale, NPC Jötunn.
Yeah, that's actually me. Somebody asked in chat earlier what that thing is. It's me. I posed for this.
Somebody asking for a pleasure.
Lacal, I heard you. I agree.
Yeah, we can make that. We can
It's
make that work.
time.
You want some exotic dances on your ship? We can make it happen. Digital exotic dances, of course.
Like,
Somewhere.
don't worry about the weapons.
Yeah, no, the weapons are unnecessary. Somewhere, FC Knickknack is just absolutely losing his mind.
Will the parts be interchangeable? As long as they meet the requirements of the attachment and you've got the right resources to fuel them and power them.
Yep.
They're interchangeable.
Okay, so moving right along, we have more of the same. These are, you can start to see over there to the right. This is a little bit of what I was talking about before. Different body panels that you would then be able to attach to different things.
looks like on the back of that, you see the top right image, you have this connector interface there.
Yep.
We're exploring what they look like.
Mhm.
In this case, it's square, and we're really leaning into like the physicality of what it looks like is actually how it works as well.
Sure.
So if you imagine a like a circular socket with two pins, we all know this as the European electric plug.
Yep.
Well, how can you rotate it? Well,
Yep.
it rotates 180 degrees.
Sure.
Because those are the rules for the socket.
I see what you're saying. So certain components will have, 90 degrees functionality. Some might have less than 90 degrees.
Yeah, and we're investigating something way more flexible, like ball joints, hinges, things like that. But in the beginning, we'll start with just simple
Connections.
simple connections, like where we control the rotation.
Oh yeah. There are tons of different questions in chat right now. I promise you, we were not going to forget these. I'm going to go through and collate these after the stream.
Is awesome.
Just excited.
Once we get these collated, I will throw them in front of our devs to get some answers on some of these, and then give them back. I'll post them in the Discord for you to review. Can you have?
It goes into our plans to bring this out to the world because it's super important to be able to address this.
Can you have hidden frontal guns? I don't see why not.
So
not in June.
No, not in
Yeah,
June.
yeah,
But
not
just
June.
like, I mean, I guess we do need to talk about, not talk about, but say it again. There's a pretty big gulf between when we talk about things that are possible and things that are coming in.
We're showing our intention.
Yeah, we're showing you the structure. We're showing you how it'll work, and then we have to build the content and the systems on top of it.
Yep.
But this is what we're building.
Yeah. And we just have to reprioritize everything after this exotic dancer module.
Right, yeah, we're going to have to go back to the
Idea
drawing board.
straight to the top.
FC Yikes is, he's going to get right on that one. We'll get in the merch store too. Soon TM.
Feral drones just got a whole new meaning.
Coker, yes.
Yeah, will we get main propulsion drive and rotational thrusters as separate modules?
We have reworked the movement
Module. Yep.
the way movement works in the game for this. I'm not going to say
Did we
anything
really?
else. Yeah, we made changes.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That's horrifying.
No, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
I'm excited about it, but I'm just thinking of like what do they call it when your thrust is off to the side, it's pointing the wrong direction. You just start anyway. So here, just again, a little bit of concept about what this might look like when you finally put the pieces together. This is not a ship that exists in the game currently, but this is a ship. This is a ship that you could assemble from these components.
Yep.
Much the same way, this is also very similar. And again, you can see a lot of the components in here that are present in other ships right now. You can see, some of the longer pieces, and there. I think that bottom piece is from the Tades. Obviously, hull pieces there on the sides from some of the other frigates and corvettes. It does feel very Mordu's actually, but I promise it's not it's just a design thing. It's a neat thing. Don't worry.
No, I got it.
And then we have, I think, one of my favorite things about this, and this, I want to be very clear, is super, super work in progress. This is not representative of anything you're going to see, but this is a fitting tool of sorts.
Okay, now is the time for the super big new reveal. You heard it here first, guys, because you're not only building the hull by putting parts together, you're also putting the modules inside the ship in the specific spots you need them to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to take you not just on the outside of these massive machines, but we're going to put you inside of them. And we're going to show you what they look like on the inside. And we are going to let you place the modules exactly into the parts where you want them to go for reasons that, you're going to come up with.
So you might have cooling systems in one area, power systems in one area.
You're going to have... So this is the new, the old fitting game is gone, basically.
Yeah.
And now you have this new equipment management for your modules where you install them onto a... onto the part of the ship that you want.
Hold it together.
I need to stop reading chat.
This is like an early concept.
Yeah.
We did get the UI working last night.
Sick.
So we are talking to the database
Sick.
in client.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
good news.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's
Love that.
happening.
It's gonna be there.
I love that.
At least in nascent form. But you can.
Damon, yes.
We are about to unravel the craziness of the journey we are about to put you on, and this is fun.
Cool.
So what we really wanted to create here is you having to deal with, the various survival aspects of E-Frontier, whether it's like combat, stuff freezing, being set on fire, taking damage in various sections of the ship, and really having to optimize how you create a machine. Exactly. So you create the hull sections, put them together, you install the modules that you want in the places you want, and you configure them to talk together in a way that you want. So this is gonna be something.
Yeah. We've talked several times in the past about how the current fitting game, to use the word you did, is one of the oldest remaining elements of EVE Online that's still in the game.
Yeah.
And we've kept it because it's functional and it has worked, but it is something that we've always planned on sort of getting away from.
We're making a different game.
And now we're getting away from it.
Yeah.
So what do we have left after this? Like inventory maybe, and then the chat window, I guess. So we're getting very close to getting rid of all of it.
Yeah.
So can we chop off
It's fun
sections of
to
enemies?
finally talk about this because we've been talking about this since like December or something, and January when we started to discuss these ideas. But we really we early on talked about like how hard are we going to make this ultimately?
Yeah.
And we are going to make this. This will be the hardest thing you can play.
I think chat's pretty hard right now,
I
too.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
There will not exist anything out there which is going to be more complex than this.
I appreciate you getting that, by the way. He didn't even pay attention to it. Anyway,
Uh,
why are you even making this game? Because it's fucking dope. That's why, not Aqua. There's your fucking serious question. Because it's fun. Games are cool. Anyway, this all sounds super, super cool. Like again, when we talk about June, one more thing we need to talk about. Hang on. Let's go back to the main screen.
Yeah.
So we've seen some of that, right? We need to talk about practicalities. So this is an in development thing. We're going to. There are a lot of things coming in Cycle 6. We've got manual firing stuff coming in. We've got some new sites new stuff that's coming in for. The map is changing. We've got some new environments, some new NPCs.
What are we allowed to say now? Are we allowed to say though?
I'm just saying this is all stuff we've talked about at
Okay.
FanFest. You talked about this.
No, but
I see. He has
it's easy to mix up like what we've said.
No. This is. Listen. We all the stuff is coming. We've
FC
talked about it.
FC Yikes.
FC
Alert.
Yikes, I'm sure, is not
Alert.
at all panicking right now.
Okay.
But I mean, this is
He's not thinking that's why he's lacking. He's thinking, what am I allowed to say?
Listen,
What not?
this is no. That's not what's happening here.
King.
This is such a huge fundamental undertaking that it requires us to make some pretty significant changes to like the game as a whole to make it like to get some good data from it. So here's the thing that we need to tell people, and some of you are going to freak out, but I promise it's going to be fine. Everybody, hold hands with each other. Just take a deep breath. It's going to be fine. We're getting rid of every ship except for the modular ships, starting in Cycle 6. Now, this is not a permanent thing. It's just for Cycle 6. At the beginning of Cycle 6, the only ships you're going to have are things that are modular. Now,
and you're going to build them.
And you're going to build them. Now, again, it's not going to be pretty at the start. Like the what you are getting is probably not going to be as fleshed out as it has been in the past. And I know we've done this to you before because we did get rid of the battleships once before. That gives me strength, gives me security knowing that people are going to be chill about this.
As Damon said, it's like if you know enough about having played Frontier, it is you can derive this.
So we are the only ships. So all the ships you have available to you right now, gone. You're going to be building your ships starting in Cycle 6. You will see those pieces of those ships again in the future, I promise. But for right now, you're just going to get what you're going to get.
And if you want to build a ship that looks in a specific way, that'll be in your power.
If you want to rebuild the Wind, by God, you can do that.
Exactly.
I don't know
because
why you
what
want
we will
to.
do, and to like articulate it as clean as possible, even though most people can't derive it. The ships that have been in Frontier will be available to create by players if you so desire, because the components will be broken out into cool pieces that can then be assembled into different ships. It is pretty simple.
So that's the biggest. I mean, that is the what will probably be the most disruptive thing straight at the gate. But it is, I think, the thing that we're also kind of most excited about, because this is really going to. I mean, there will be no beating around the bush with this one. You're going full sin into the abyss, like, you know, Jesus take the wheel sort of vibes here on this one.
Yeah, and we are really hacking this together to get this in your hands for June. We do need to make a lot of technical upgrades to get this running, or just working at all in runtime. So, you know, we're gonna start at least with one.
and to explain to the nerds also, because they like the nerd aspect, is that for example, one thing that the team has been working on is that when you have a ship, it has certain attributes, how fast it can fly, or power, grid, blah blah blah. Okay, that is data that is sent to the server, so the engine can resolve things that is happening. You're flying, you're shooting, you're trying to dodge shots, etc. Now what is happening is that you're changing out a piece in runtime, putting another thing on that impacts the physics of this ship.
Yes.
And that is one of the things that we are changing now, which is why it's such a big surgery, is that we're changing the physics of the ship or you are changing the physics of the ship in runtime. And we want that to be a fun experience, scalable for the future, etc.
We also want to make sure it doesn't brick the server. So this is a good way to start that.
Exactly.
Somebody asked if we're going to have some restrictions on ships so people don't go out there and build dicks and swastikas. I'm going to tell you right now, one of those things is very bad. The other one, very cool.
You can be explicit which is which, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes, I will be explicit. Do not make swastikas. We will. Yeah, we will. We'll handle that as needed.
We will take care of it.
But if you want to make dicks, it's all you, baby. I can't stop you.
So what you're saying is you're a big fan.
I'm a big fan. Hey, listen, it's Pride Month, baby. We're out here.
So I think at its core, it's really important though that people understand that we've broken apart the very idea of what a ship is.
Yes.
Right. So anything, we're calling them creations. Anything that you can create in the frontier could theoretically fly.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yes.
It's that way around. Like, we're not really making, like, when we started making these pieces, it's not a ship.
Right.
Until you put the required things in it, and then it becomes a ship.
For the same way that the frame of a car is just a piece of metal.
But the handling of it is a result of the physics. We have a digital physics model, and if you put a lot of mass and low power, you're going to have a pig to fly.
True.
Exactly. And for those that have played Minecraft and the recipes behind that and different things, it is super fun to be doing different
I don't think there's anybody in this chat right now who is. I mean, they're talking a lot about dicks right now, which is fine. I let us into that.
Pride Month.
This is it is Pride Month. Shout out to my gays out there. Solidarity. But yeah, the FC Yikes right now is just panicking, dude, panicking. I mean, it is like there's a certain amount of like when you have that sort of unfettered freedom to make a thing yours instead of just being given a thing and said like, yeah, no, this is totally yours. Like, yeah, it's fine. It's the difference between like building a kit car that is your own and having to put all your work into it and just being like given a car and be like, yeah, this is yours, brother. Like, yeah, sure, you can go in there and put a fucking fuzzy dice on the dashboard, but it's not yours.
And you could technically make the Rifter in Frontier.
You could make the Rifter in Frontier, and it would be lore appropriate if you did. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't do that. Okay, so we're gonna get to a bunch of there are a ton of other questions. We will get to all those other questions, I promise. There's no gonna be mandatory HR meeting for me after this. Everything we've said so far has been very kosher. Okay, everybody, calm down. Michael, JD, I didn't need your help. We're good here. Are you good?
I'm fine.
Cool.
Yeah, this is exciting, and I love the energy in the chat because this is to be deflective or genuine, whatever the wording is used. This is a big step, and there will be some people who don't clearly understand why we're taking this step for the benefit of Frontier for the future. And that's why it is beneficial for us to get this energy or vitamin injection from the chat, because these people understand where we're heading.
For the same reason that getting your arm cut off hurts, putting a cool new robot arm there, it's pretty cool.
I think basically everything that's being released in June is going to be new as well. So there's a huge thing. Like, some things will be scaled back, but literally everything will have been made between Cycle 5 and Cycle 6, aside from some systems.
Love it.
And then a lot of new systems. So you will be testing this roughly the same time as we also do it for the first time. And like, there's this joke about player testing, but that's but here that's the point, right? So we'll get a few days head start.
Feels like the Frontier of old.
A few days head start, and then we're in it together.
Is this our biggest update yet? Says FC Armageddon. I think probably. Maybe not in terms of like how many lines will be on the patch notes.
The experience is changing is the biggest.
It's easily the biggest change in terms of, and again, we're not even talking about what I think is the one of the biggest deals, which is manual firing. I cannot tell you how much of a difference that shit makes. It is so much fun. It is objectively the most fun I've had playing this dumb game since we started doing it. And I love it so much. And we talked about it not at all, hardly at all.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, if you came to FunFest, you played the demo.
That's true. If you came to FunFest, you did play it.
Where you could manually point and shoot, click in space.
It's fun.
And no long gone is the.
We've got a new laser. That's probably hidden. We probably weren't supposed to reveal that when we have a new laser.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fine. We did the manual firing, and then we were like, all right, for June, we'll do a laser, which is like the most complicated thing we could imaginably decide to make.
Indeed.
For so many reasons. But it's actually working. So,
gang, we've got a laser.
Well, we have our beam weapons, including the laser.
That's true.
So.
Okay.
And the gamepad vibe
gamepad stuff is super.
It's like for the homies out there who like chill play, it is super fun.
It is kind of nice to be able to like play the game and also lean back. And that's not something that I mean. You're super used to leaning back.
I need to repeat something because I don't think it went through yet because I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah.
If you put the power and the thrusters and the controllers on your creation, whatever it is, you have enough force to move it at that mass, it will move.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's pretty clear, right?
Yep. I hope so.
So any questions about anything related to that should have been resolved in that moment.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I hope you guys can. Yeah, you guys can hopefully figure this out. I mean, listen, they'll come.
They'll get it. Okay.
Yeah, they don't read real well, but they can get hands on. They'll figure it out. Okay, so listen, that's gonna be it for this stream. Kind of came off the rails. Totally my fault. I'm not apologetic. This is what you deserve, and also what I deserve, and what we deserve. All of us. We did this to each other.
Grow through pain.
Grow through pain, baby.
Grow through pain.
It's fun. I'm sure I have 19 messages from Mr. Yikes in my.
What is exactly going out will be in the patch notes. So we probably all promise something right now, and in that case, we're sorry, but we're trying our best
to
get as much in as we can.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna be great. So next week we're going to have the team who's working on the map on. We're gonna have them on here to talk about the map updates, which are super cool, by the way. I know a lot of you have been chomping at the bit about the new map stuff. We're gonna talk about that and how that's gonna look. Econ Martin, very excited about the map. The week after that, the Friday after next, we're going to be doing the patch notes preview for Cycle 6, and then the next week after that, we'll be doing the live play of the game on Friday. You'll be sitting there with me. I'll be playing the game, talking through some of the new stuff, and showing off what it is. That'll be after we've launched, so it's gonna be a ton of fun. So we have a lot of stuff in the next couple of weeks. This is big. I mean, obviously, Cycle 6 is gonna be kind of huge. Looking forward to seeing how it all works out. Looking forward to seeing what we break first. I guess we'll see what happens. Any last thoughts, gentlemen? Thoughts?
Awake.
Oh, listen, I haven't done the outro yet. Just hold on to it. Okay.
I would give Burger.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's not me this time. Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
It's okay. All right. From all of us here in Reykjavik at the Eve Frontier Cinematic Studios. Don't know why I said it like that, but I did do it. I've been FC Jötunn. This has been FC Bowman. That's been FC Goodfella. This has been FC Paragon. Until next time.
So I can't say it now.
You can't say it now.
Am I allowed to
That's
say
your
it
cue.
now?
That's your cue.
You are allowed to say it now.
Awake. And remain awake eternally.
We'll see you next time. Have a good night.
All right.